So, have you ever had workflows which need a very high GPU or VRAM and you do not have that locally, right? It also happened to me recently when I was trying out to find like the negative prompting techniques for Flux. I needed very high GPU like 24 GB VRAM and more, but I did not have that on my machine. So I am going to show you what I did. Like this is the easiest way. I'll literally provide you a one-click file. You click that, you run that, and all the models and everything will be downloaded onto a cloud GPU pod. And although it is not free, but it is quite cheap, and it starts from around 0.18 or $0.22 per hour depending on what you are choosing. You can get a 24 GB VRAM graphic card for 1 hour in just $0.22 per hour, and this is not some kind of subscription or anything. I'll also show you a particular file which is going to be like almost 2 clicks setup, and you just run that file on runpod and you'll get everything in ComfyUI on the pod itself. So it will, with one click, you will download all of the AI models. So basically the Flux model, the text encoders, the VAEs, almost all of the custom nodes. There can be some nodes which you need to manually install, but almost all the major custom nodes will be directly installed in that. You will get some good LoRAs. Everything will be downloaded with just one click. So I'll provide the file. You can see I have the file here on my GitHub, and I'll show you how to just run this on runpod. So let's get started. Firstly, you'll sign up and create an account here. Now this is kind of a wallet. You can think of it like that. Here you can click and you can add any credits. So basically you can use your card to pay, and you can put just $10 here, and this $10 will stay. So it's not some kind of a subscription, monthly subscription or anything. If you use the particular GPU for let's say 15 minutes, and its price is like $0.3 per hour, so it will deduct only that 15 minutes time credit. So this is something very cool about it. Now I'll show you. This is the home page, and I'll show you how you can start ComfyUI on it. You go to explore, and here what you do is that you write ComfyUI, and you can see there are a lot of different images. Like these are basically Docker containers by the community people. The one which I have seen is like pretty lightweight and a good start is this one, ComfyUI. You can see this is AI Entrepreneurs 2.3.5. Now you will need to update it, but don't worry. And here you see there are connect ports. You don't need to think much about it. You just remember that 8888 is the Jupyter Lab, and ComfyUI is this one, the 3000 and 8888. These two are gonna be the most important, and other than that you don't need to go through any of this. You click on deploy. Remember to change on it to community cloud, because the secure clouds are first of all quite costly, and second is that I don't think you would need that much of a security if you are just running like Flux models. Now here what I like to do is I'll directly go to 24 GB VRAM. So at least get 24 GB VRAM, and here like you can see there is RTX 3090 $0.22 per hour, and this is a 24 GB VRAM with 24 GB RAM. Another one here for the same price, 0.22 per hour, is 24 GB VRAM, 31 GB RAM is A30. So you can see there are lots of options in the lower price range as well, and if you want you can go to the upper range as well. So it for $0.49 per hour, that is almost $0.50 per hour, and that's 48 GB VRAM. So you can choose any of these, right? And the setup would be exactly same. Now because I am making a video, so I want this to be extra fast, I'm going to go with RTX A6000 here. So I'll click on it. Now remember we already chose the template here. This is like the container file for the pod. But one thing which you need to do, and this will actually save you money, and why I tell you that. Here the disk container is 10 GB and the volume disk persistent is 80 GB, change it to 20. And I'll show you why. So all of these ports and everything, leave it here, set overrides. Now click here, deploy on demand, that's it. And you can go to my pods. So now you will see that the pod is going to run. This one, you wouldn't have this second one. This is something which I have already exceeded, and you'll just see this one, and it will take some time. And when this whole setup is done, here the connect button would become something like this, like it would become active. Now as you can see that the installation of the pod is complete. I have deleted my another pod, so you can just focus on this one. And now see what you have to do. This is the stop button until you press this. So your deduction of money will keep on going like $0.49 per hour because you have rented the GPU till that time. So whenever you are done with it, always remember to stop it, and I'll show that again. For now, just click on connect. Here you can see all the ports, don't need to do anything. The last one 8888, you need to open this and a new tab will open up, and you need the 3000. The 3000 is the Comfy, and the 8888 is something known as Jupyter Notebook. So Jupyter Labs Notebook is something people would know if you are into coding, but if you don't know, you don't need to understand. Just remember, this is like a file explorer. So here you have ComfyUI folder. Here you can see the custom nodes folder. There are custom nodes, there is ComfyUI manager, and there would be the output folder, everything. But what we'll do is that rather than manually downloading or doing things, remember this particular notebook, this file, you just need to download this, drag it from your desktop and put it here. So what I'll do is, I would drag it and put it here. So you see it is uploaded. Now double click, it gets opened. Click here so that this whole block is activated and run it. That's it. You see the starting ComfyUI setup, it is starting. Here you can see the ComfyUI is working. But we need most of the modes and all the safe tensor files, the text encoders and everything. So don't worry, currently you can see it is cloning the custom nodes. These are all the custom nodes that would be downloaded automatically. Then it will load all of these models automatically, Flux and the LoRa's, the text encoders and everything. Now you can see as the custom node cloning was done, it is checking and downloading the model files. So you can see the progress. I am using the Q6K GGUF of the Flux dev. It is 9.18 GB. So yeah. So the model was completed and all of it is being downloaded now. So this is the text encoder. And you can see the internet speed of this pod is also quite high. It's not slow. Now, as you can see, the setup is complete, right? But we are not done yet. What we'll do is that we'll go to the manager. We'll just click here, update ComfyUI. So the ComfyUI is updated now. Now remember, although we included all the custom nodes, there can be some custom nodes in your workflow, or a latest version or difference in version or something like that, where you can have some kind of errors. So I'll also show you how to fix that if you get those. But now, rather than pressing the restart here, what you need to do is come back and stop the pod. Now see, here it is written you will be charged 0.006 per hour for volume storage. So if I stop the pod, what I did basically is I released the GPU. So now I'm not using GPU, so this price won't be affecting me. But I still have that storage here. So everything, ComfyUI and all the files which I downloaded, this becomes like a cloud storage for me. So if you want to remove that, here you can go and you can just terminate the pod, which means you are giving up the space as well. But the next time you want to start up your pod, you need to do this whole process, like selecting a GPU and the template and again downloading all of the models. But now, if you don't leave this, but this comes for a price, as you saw, it's around $0.006 per hour, which seems pretty low if it comes to that. But that is the reason I told you to decrease your volume to 20 GB of disk space, because this price of $0.006 per hour is based on the disk space, how much you are taking up. And the problem is you can just increase it but never decrease it. Here if you go to edit pod, you can see the volume disk is 20 GB. If you want to do it 200 GB, you can do it if you need more space. But if you try, for example, if I try 10 GB here, right, and I try to save, you see, for your safety you can only increase the volume disks. So once, if you randomly have chosen like the 80 GB which was in the template, so you would have to pay 4 times the money now that you are paying for every hour till you keep this pod. Not even the GPU, for just the storage. So this makes it to the minimum. And now when you want to start this pod again, like get the GPU again, just click on the start. That's it. And it will take very less time because it is not installing much here. So it will just get booted up. See, it is booted up now, and we need to do the same thing. And you can always keep these tabs open because you can just refresh them once you connect, or you can again go to this 8888 or 3000, whatever you want to do. So here it takes some time, like maybe 10 or 20 seconds, and then you can easily refresh both of these. So when you refresh, you will see that we already have that file. So because we were keeping the storage space, we already have that file and everything in ComfyUI. Now Comfy takes a little bit of time to get loaded. And now you can see we can in the manager, in the custom nodes manager, you have everything. So if you see the installed ones, you can see all of these are installed. Now some of them here you can see that they show import has failed, right? So if you are using some kind of workflow which uses these, what you can do is that one by one, just try fix all the ones which you need. So I'll not do that right here. What I'll do is that I'll load up a workflow. So this is the workflow which I loaded up. You can see it shows that two of them are missing, right? And this you can do with any new workflow where the custom nodes are missing. You just go to the manager. Here you see install missing custom nodes and it will show you the missing nodes. So there is just one problem with this. You just click on try fix. That's it. And again, rather than the restart, you go here, you stop the pod, you run it again. That's what you do to refresh. I have personally seen that the restart button does not work in ComfyUI when working on pods, and this is the most efficient way. So this is boot it up. Just give like 5-6 seconds to this. I'll refresh the Jupyter lab as well. I'll refresh the Comfy. You see, if you see something like this, just wait for like maybe 5 or 10 seconds and it will get started. Don't worry. See, now it has get started. So that's the thing. We have our full workflow. Now what we'll do is that, and by the way, you can find the link to this workflow and other workflows as well. I have dedicated videos for each workflows. Here you choose the encoders we have downloaded. We'll put a prompt here, right? And just to show the speed, I am like disabling the enable hands and face enhancer here as well. But this is the complete workflow. You can see here is the LoRA stack and everything. Now I'll choose this to none. I'll make it, let's say, midday, natural light. I'll do this none. Rather than Hasselblad, let's choose anything. And I'll queue prompt. And you will see the speed. So this is 22 steps with simple scheduler. And you can see how fast this is. Here you can see the volume usage and the GPU utilization. This is the whole volume. 92% of our 20 GB is being used. I have felt that this much, like 8%, is more than enough to save your output images, because always you can download them to your local storage. If you think you need to increase, you can always edit the pod and increase. See, we already have this. And I'll show one with beta as well. So I'll do this beta with 20 steps and you can see that too. And remember, I am using 2 LoRa's, so that somehow like increases slightly the generation time, but still it is pretty fast. So you can see these images are getting created, and now for some reason, let's say you exit this and you want to see, like you run this pod again and you want to see where the images are stored. So it is same as your what you do on your like local machine. You go to ComfyUI's folder. Here you can see outputs and you can see these 2 images. So basically you can right click and you can download them, you can copy or paste them and do anything with that. So it is pretty similar to that. This is like the Explorer, and you can see all of these images. So whatever you want to do, you can do it here. So this is the thing, and once you are done, always remember, stop the pod. Stop the pod, so this price does not affect, and now you can see you still have this like amount left, and no matter how much you use, the deduction will be just based on that. And when you are completely done, so what I suggested is that if you are going to use this pod again like after 15 days, so don't keep it, because you have seen the download process is very simple because of this particular file. Everything is downloaded in a single click. You don't need to do everything manually. Go here and just terminate the pod. Once you terminate the pod, that means that everything is gone. So you won't even have to pay the storage amount, which is around $0.06 per hour for. So yeah, and let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thank you.